Good evening. I would like to welcome everyone to the June 23rd council meeting of the City of Mayfield Heights. May I have a roll call, please?
Mr. Balistrea,
Present.
Mr. Mano, Mr. Medic,
Here.
Mr. Minor,
Here.
Mrs. Sabetta,
Here.
Mrs. Snyder,
Here.
Ms. Taubin.
Here.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Next is the approval of the minutes from the June 9th council meeting. I hope everyone's had time to read these minutes over. Is there a motion to approve the minutes?
Moved.
Moved by Mr. Medic
Second.
and second by Mrs. Sabetta. Are there any changes, amendments, or deletions to those minutes? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? These minutes have now been approved as written. Does any member of council have any correspondence or announcements? Mrs. Sabetta.
Thank you. The Chagrin River Watershed Partners has an offering that they would like to share. It's Master Rain Gardener in-person summer course. It's now open for registration. This is a certified course for residents and professionals. The course begins July 10th and consists of 5 classes. You can register at crwp.org or NEO, N-E-O, masterraingardener.org. Thank you.
Are there any questions for Mrs. Sabetta? I just wanted to thank every department and subcommittee who put on the Unity Days. It was a great event. The fireworks were fabulous, and they were enjoyed by many people. Thank you for all your hard work and dedication to making this event possible. We will now move to reports of officers, beginning with the mayor.
Thank you, Madam President. Good evening, everyone. Just got to comment on how well Home Days went this year, and the police department presence and their work was just amazing. And to have that many people there and have no trouble was amazing. So you guys did a phenomenal job, Chief. Also, the service department did a phenomenal job. They were working their tails off all weekend. I think every department, was represented somehow there. So we want to thank everyone for their hard work. The volunteers, the Parks and Rec Commission worked their tail off too. It was a great time with the rides, and the fireworks were phenomenal. Weather cooperated for the parade, which was very nice. So all in all, I think it was a great time by all of our residents. So, Community Partnership on Aging is wrapping up their Brain Health Series with the last session on Friday, June 27th. It's being held at the Highland Heights Community Center from 12:30 to 1:30. If you'd like to register, you can call 216-978-5050. And CPA also has a YouTube channel, and you could go on there and get recordings of exercise classes, art demos, and educational presentations. So for anybody who cannot get to a lot of the events that CPA puts on, you can check them out on YouTube. And that concludes my report.
Are there any questions for the mayor? Okay. Law Director, Mr. Schmidlin.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just want to acknowledge and give a shout out to Dana and her staff, because you'll notice tonight we got a very large amount of legislation. Dana and her staff make it look easy, but it's not. She's sending emails at midnight and refraining from sending emails at 2 in the morning. So thank you for getting this done. And a special acknowledgement to Chief Mealy, who gets a gold star for the way that he presents his legislation as you're supposed to on your forms. The one piece of legislation I want to bring to your attention is a 2025-25, the retail tobacco and vapor stores. Although the Planning Commission met, and I believe approved of it. Mr. Ballestrea and I are tweaking some of the definitions and the language, so I would respectfully request that that go on second reading to allow me to finish my tweaks. And that is it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Schmidlin. Are there any questions? Okay. Director of Finance, Mrs. Scully.
Thank you, Madam President. A couple items tonight. We received a notice from Cuyahoga County that railroad values were not included in 2024 tax rate. So if anybody's bills are different with the first half and second half, they'll notify you, and property taxes are due July 17th, 2025. Every other year, we partner with RITA for collection of delinquent accounts. So this is our year to participate. The program runs from July to February, and starting in July, they'll start sending letters out to non-filers. More information can be found on RITA's website at ritaohio.com. And lastly, there is a budget adjustment before you tonight for a couple of items, and we will have another budget adjustment probably after recess, at least for Marnell and Washington. Those amounts have come in over budgeted amounts that we had and estimates that we had in our budget from last year. So I want to see where our other projects fall that we're working on to see how much money is left in those that we can transfer to Marnell and Washington before we come back and ask for an increase. And any of that will be covered by our fund balance that we have.
Okay, thank you. Are there any questions? Okay, thank you, Mrs. Scully. At this time, are there any department heads that would like to report or make any comments? Come forward.
Good evening. I'd just like to provide some highlights from the past quarter on a couple of items relating to economic development. So when I last spoke with council, we talked a lot about business retention and the importance of improving our communications between the city and the business leaders, and that's some of the feedback we had gotten from meetings. So along those ends, we've reached out and started having some quarterly meetings with some of our bigger companies, in addition to our regular kind of reoccurring meetings. So Chuck and I had the privilege of going down and meeting with the facility folks at Parker Hannafin to talk about how we can improve communications. It was a really productive meeting, and we agreed to touch base each quarter going forward, whether it's just an email or a phone call or in person, but at least to touch base. We're finalizing a list of facility contacts for all of the buildings in the corporate park to start with, so we can be a little bit more proactive in our communications with those folks if there's a water main break or some kind of infrastructure project that they need to know. Everyone will have that information who needs to communicate that in a more proactive way. And then we have drafted and scheduled the first electronic business newsletter to go out. So that'll be emailed this week, probably on Thursday, and it'll go out to over 500 contacts. So that includes our contacts at the local businesses, folks in the real estate community, council will get it, and then the directors as well. So this first newsletter really touches on, it has a welcome letter from the mayor, talks about the local chamber of commerce. There's a link to the recent community magazine. We have a request from the police department with a form so people can submit their emergency contact information and get that back to them so they know who to contact after hours. There's some information about the Cuyahoga County has a new Office of Small Business and how businesses can get in touch with them and use some of their new services. So it should be a nice piece, and it'll be issued each quarter going forward. And so I'll share the results and the metrics as they come in, and hopefully we'll have a good open rate, and it'll be a way to, again, improve our communication. And hopefully you did receive some good positive feedback on the community magazine that went out, a couple months ago. I think we were really happy with it, how it turned out and how it looked. And I think we'll do another one next year and perhaps focus a little bit more on the business side of things. But that's our plan for now. I also wanted to touch a little bit on the wayfinding and signage program. So the bid plans for the citywide gateways and wayfinding signs, as well as the City Hall campus signs, are finalized. So the consultant is going through and trying to produce a budget document that'll have ranges of costs and finalize that. But once that's done, we're really ready to move forward kind of with the construction administration portion of that. So that's bidding the project, seeing where the costs come in, and then figuring out what we want to fabricate and move forward with in this first phase that's covered by the capital budget. Due to the scale and kind of the complexity of the interchange project, that's moving at a slower pace, but it still is moving forward. So we have a pretty good flushed out concept that has been shared with ODOT, so they can have a look at it. We need to work with them and make sure they're comfortable with the placement and materials and those type of things. So that dialogue has started. It really consists of two rather large gateway signs coming, where you would see them off the off-ramps on both ways. It has a decorative sort of waved metal mesh behind it. And then in the median is a series of decorative poles that are of different sizes to mimic kind of a wave, which is the pattern that's in the logo. There'll be blue and green. Some of them will be illuminated. So it's a pretty cool design, I think, and I think the mayor likes it as well. We'll be sharing it with the steering committee who was involved, so they can see kind of the fruits of their labor, and then we'll continue that dialogue with ODOT as well. And I did print out a copy of the highway gateway concepts for council, so you can take a look at it. And it's early, so if you have any feedback, you can please share it. But it's been flushed out a couple rounds, so we're happy to share it. And that's really all I have, and I'll pass these out as I move back to my seat if there's no questions.
Are there any questions for Mr. Rowan? Thank you for all that great information.
Thanks, Chair.
Thank you, sir.
After summer. Okay, thank you. Thanks, Jeremy. Mr. Ward?
Just had to comment on the weekend. Obviously, it was an outstanding weekend. And I'd just like to thank some people. Special thank you to Chief Mealy, Captain Paquette, the Mayfield Heights Fire Department, Cuyahoga County Sheriff, for your strong presence, dedication to keeping our event safe and incident-free. Your efforts were noticed and truly appreciated. We'd also like to thank the Mayfield Heights Auxiliary officers, the CERT members, for their support in keeping the streets around the park and the parade route clear. Your assistance was essential to helping the police department maintain order and ensure the safety of all participants and attendees. Thank you as well to the fire department for being on hand to ensure the safety and well-being of our guests in the park and for overseeing the safe execution of the fireworks. The fireworks display was outstanding. So thank you to everyone involved in putting such a spectacular show on. Obviously, we also need to extend gratitude to the service department for their flexibility and hard work in adapting to the park layout changes due to the weather, their efforts in providing electricity and water, assistance to vendors, maintaining the grounds, and responding to maintenance needs were critical. These are all critical to the festival's success. Also, a big thank you to the Parks and Recreation and ACC department staff. A lot of countless hours spent preparing, planning, executing the event. So much of what we do happens behind the scenes, both leading up to and during the Unity Days event. So I'm very thankful for our staff and their dedication. Thank you, Mayor, for 13 years of unwavering support for the Parks and Recreation Department and our special events that we hold, and for bringing back the rides this year. Finally, thank you to City Council, the Park and Rec Commission, and all city employees and residents who volunteered their time during Unity Days. We couldn't do what we do without the support and involvement of all these people. Despite the challenges of the weather, including Friday's rain and Sunday's heat, it was wonderful to see the carnival rides, food, and games return after a 3-year absence. The live bands were well received. The parade was a highlight, even though it was heat. So a lot of people going down that parade route melting. I don't know if it was. I was fine. Unity Days once again fulfilled its purpose, which is bringing community together. It's a chance for neighbors and friends to reconnect, enjoy great entertainment, food, and drinks, and celebrate what makes Mayfield Heights such a special place to live. So look forward to seeing you all next year helping out. Hoping to see you all next year to help out.
Thank you, Sean. Is there anybody else that would like to be heard? Okay. We will now move to reports of committees, commissions, and boards, beginning with the Building Committee. Mr. Medic.
Thank you, Madam President. The Building Committee did not meet, and I do not have a report. Thank you.
Thank you. Finance and Audit Committee, Mr. Minor.
Thank you, Madam President. We do not have a report because we did not meet, but I would announce that we are going to have a quarterly meeting coming up that me and Director Skelly will be scheduling, so.
Okay. Perfect, thank you. Legislative Committee, Mrs. Sabetta.
Thank you, Madam President. No report.
Thank you. Public Works and Service, Mr. Balistreo.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Also no report this evening.
Thank you. Parks and Recreation, Mr. Mano.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. On behalf of the Park and Recreation Commission and Department, I want to thank all involved in planning and executing our 2025 Unity Days this past weekend. The festival went well. All our visitors enjoyed the rides, bands, great food, and entertainment from face painters, Zoom Entertainment, dog show, and to our parade marshal, Jungle Terry show after the parade. The next event coming up is the Mayor's Golf Outing. Join us for Mayor DeSico's last outing on July 18th at Fowler's Mill Golf Course. Full details can be found on the website. And before I conclude on a personal note, I just want to add my thanks and admiration to all our safety forces for keeping that park safe. I had a lot of phone calls from people expressing concern whether or not they should come up there, and it just went the way it was supposed to go. And I told them, just trust the people in charge. They'll take care of it. But everybody did a great job up there, and just my heartfelt thanks to all of you. That's my report.
Thank you, Mr. Mano. Okay, well, we're Safety and Transportation, Ms. Stelben.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The Safety and Transportation Committee did not meet, therefore I don't have a report, but I also want to ditto. Thank you so much. It was a model event for safety. It really was. So I appreciate everything that everybody did, but the safety forces were so incredible and engaging with people. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Board of Zoning Appeals, Mrs. Sabetta.
Thank you, Madam President. Yes, the Board of Zoning did meet on June 10th. As a result, there is one item on the agenda that council can address when it comes forth. The BZA is in recess July and August and will resume in September. I encourage all applicants to address council during the public portion of this meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Sabetta. And Planning Commission, Mr. Balistreo.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Planning Commission did meet on June the 16th. Council was copied on the minutes. As a result of the meeting, there's one motion on the agenda, and we did review ordinance 2025-25 as the law director stated. And there were some questions and some tweakings with it, and I would concur with the law director that we would put that on second read. That's
Thank
my
you.
report.
Okay, thank you. We will now proceed to the public portion of the meeting. Pursuant to City Code, each person will be allotted 5 minutes to speak, with a maximum of 30 minutes allotted for the entire public portion. If you are here in connection with an agenda item, this is your opportunity to address council. If you would like to be heard this evening, please fill out a form at the public entrance, and during the public portion, I will call each person to the podium. Please state your name and address for the record and speak clearly into the microphone. It is now 7:21, and I will open up the public portion. I have Mr. John Dean.
Hello, and thank you for letting me speak at your council meeting. Sorry about that. Hello, and thank you for letting me speak at your council meeting. I am not a resident of your town. However, I am a representative from Representative Chantel Brown's office of the United States Congress. So really, I just wanted to take this opportunity to introduce myself to council, to introduce myself to the town. I am your area rep here for the representative. I also do casework and constituent services. Although I am new to Representative Brown's team, I did have the honor of serving with Senator Sherrod Brown for about 17 years on his staff. So although I'm new to this role, I am not new to constituent services and government services. I've got an extensive experience when it comes to grant research, when it comes to appropriations, really when it comes to working with the federal government to try to make the federal government work for you, as well as you. So I do offer the town, I've given you my business card. Please, if you have any concerns when it comes to legislation that's coming down the pipe, or if there is funding opportunities that you'd like to take advantage of, if you're having difficulties with federal agencies, I am certainly happy to serve as a liaison and work to solve your problems on the federal level. And again, that goes for the town as well. When it comes to constituent services, we help out with Social Security, Veterans Affairs, IRS, the Railroad Retirement Board. If it's a federal agency, we are happy to reach out to them and see what we can do to help. I can never guarantee the outcome for either, but I can certainly guarantee our effort towards it. So I do encourage any of you, if you'd like to have a meeting, I'm certainly happy to sit down with you. Or if you just have an emergency and you want to give me a call and let me know, I'm certainly happy to try to work through it. And certainly that goes for all of the residents of the town. Big or small, we are happy to hear you out. We're happy to see what we can do. So thank you very much for giving me the time to speak, and I look forward to hearing from the entire town.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Dean. Ivy Rogers?
Good evening, members of the council. My name is Ivy Rogers. I'm the homeowner at 6016 Catalano Drive. I'm here to respectfully ask that you uphold the zoning board's approval of my request for an additional utility shed and an additional 80 square feet allowance. The request is based on practical needs for the safe and organized storage of equipment and supplies used to maintain the property that I've recently inherited from my mother's passing. The shed and additional space will be modest, well-placed, and consistent with the character of the neighborhood. I've presented photos and measurements to the zoning board and appreciate their thoughtful review and approval. The addition will not negatively affect any neighbors or surrounding properties. I take pride in my home and in being part of this community. This allowance will help me continue to care for the property in a responsible and effective way. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them, and thank you for your time.
Thank you, Ms. Rogers. When it comes before us, if anybody has any questions, we'll call you back up.
Okay.
Thank you. Is there anyone else this evening that would like to be heard? Okay. I will now close the public portion. We'll move to resolutions, beginning with resolution number 2025-31. Mr. Schmidlin.
Thank you, Madam Chair. 2025-31, a resolution confirming the action of the Board of Zoning Appeals of the City of Mayfield Heights and granting to Sherry B. Katz, Trust Executor of the Arlene M. Goldberg Trust, 6016 Catalano Drive, a variance to install a secondary shed in the rear of a yard, Cuyahoga County Permit Parcel Number 863-11016.
Thank you. Is there a motion to suspend the rules?
Move.
Moved by Mr. Mano,
Second.
and second by Mr. Belstraya. Roll call on the motion to suspend.
Mr. Mano?
Yes.
Mr. Medic?
Yes.
Mr. Minor?
Yes.
Mrs. Sabetta?
Yes.
Ms. Taubin?
Yes.
Mr. Belstraya?
Yes.
Mrs. Snyder?
Yes. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Moved by Ms. Talbin
Second.
and second by Mr. Medic. This resolution is for a request from the applicant for an additional storage shed in the rear of her property. All members of council should have received the minutes from the BZA meeting. This was a 3-0 vote in granting the applicant the variance for the shed. She was seen to have a practical difficulty. Mrs. Sabetta, is there anything else you would like to add?
Thank you, Madam President. Yes, the board saw and discussed the practical difficulty due to the shed that is there. There is electrical box, and also it sets upon a cement pad. The pictures show how close it is to the house and how it holds this type of existing equipment that is running all year long. So to remove this shed, which cannot hold any lawn equipment or any pool chemicals, gasoline, anything like that, due to the electricity attached to it, to remove this shed would also uncover all this electrical work and all the equipment that was put there. So she did inherit this with the land. It's very well landscaped. The property itself is large and can hold behind the pool a very large storage shed. So the shed won't even be seen, just maybe the roof.
Okay.
An above-ground pool. And the property backs up to 271. And you can see that no one on either side will be bothered. They have long properties on their corners. And it's 14 feet away from the neighbor's fence.
Okay, thank you. Are there any questions from council? Okay, thank you. Roll call on the motion to approve.
Mr. Medic?
Yes.
Mr. Minor?
Yes.
Mrs. Sabetta?
Yes.
Ms. Taubin?
Yes.
Mr. Belstraya?
Yes.
Mr. Mano?
Yes.
Mrs. Snyder?
Yes, Resolution 2025-31 has been approved.
Oh.
It's okay.
Go ahead. Resolution 2025-32, Mr. Smedlin.
2025-32, a resolution authorizing the mayor to accept a grant from the state of Ohio to assist in purchasing intersection cameras and license plate readers for the city's police department and declaring an emergency.
Is there a motion to suspend the rules?
Move.
Moved by Mr. Belstraya
Second.
and second by Mr. Mano. Roll call on the motion to suspend.
Mr. Minor?
Yes.
Mrs. Sabetta?
Yes.
Ms. Taubin?
Yes.
Mr. Belstraya?
Yes.
Mr. Mano?
Yes.
Mr. Medic?
Yes.
Mrs. Snyder?
Yes. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved?
Moved by Mrs. Sabetta and second by Mr. Mano. This resolution allows the police department to accept a grant from the state of Ohio for new traffic cameras. Everyone received the memo from Chief Mealy regarding the grant. There will be electrical work needed to install the cameras that is not covered by this grant. And does anyone have any questions or further comments? Okay, roll call on the motion to approve.
Mrs. Sabetta?
Yes.
Ms. Taubin?
Yes.
Mr. Belstraya?
Yes.
Mr. Mano?
Yes.
Mr. Medic?
Yes.
Mr. Minor?
Yes.
Mrs. Snyder?
Yes. This resolution has now been adopted. Resolution number 2025-33, Mr. Schmidlin.
2025-33, a resolution authorizing the mayor to enter into a memorandum of understanding with Mayfield City Schools, continuing.
Oh,
Is there a motion to suspend the rules?
Yes, I have to hand
Okay,
it
I'm
over to
sorry.
him. So he had to call.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right, you want to start over? Resolution number 2025-33, Mr. Schmidlin.
Sorry.
It's okay. 2025-33, a resolution authorizing the mayor to enter into a memorandum of understanding with the Mayfield City Schools, continuing the school resource officer program and declaring an emergency.
Is there a motion to suspend the rules?
Moved.
Moved.
Yeah, Sabetta.
Okay.
Can you repeat those, please? Who motioned and who seconded?
Who motioned and who seconded?
Motion and who seconded?
Mr. Maytag motioned, and
He had-
Mrs.
yeah.
Sabetta second.
Medic and Sabetta?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Roll call on the motion to suspend?
Ms. Talbin?
Yes.
Mr. Belstraya?
Yes.
Mr. Mano?
Yes.
Mr. Medic?
Yes.
Mr. Minor?
Yes.
Mrs. Sabetta?
Yes.
Mrs. Snyder?
Abstain?
Okay. Is there a motion to approve?
Moved.
And
Second.
Mr. Minor?
Second.
Second by
Kathy.
Mrs. Talbin. Ms. Talbin. Okay. Is there any discussion or comments from council?
Nope.
Seeing none, we'll call for the roll.
Mr. Belstraya?
Yes.
Mr. Mano?
Yes.
Mr. Medic?
Yes.
Mr. Minor?
Yes.
Mrs. Sabetta?
Yes.
Ms. Talbin?
Yes.
Mrs. Snyder?
Abstain?
Okay, this motion's carried. The resolution is adopted.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Resolution number 2025-34, Mr. Schmidlin.
2025-34, a resolution awarding a contract to Bauman Enterprises, Inc. for the 2025 Chelmsford Pool demolition in accordance with the bid specifications and declaring an emergency.
Is there a motion to suspend the rules?
Moved.
Moved by Mr. Medic
Second.
and second by Mr. Belstraya. Roll call on the motion to suspend.
Mr. Mano?
Yes.
Mr. Medic?
Yes.
Mr. Minor?
Yes.
Mrs. Sabetta?
Yes.
Ms. Talbin?
Yes.
Mr. Belstraya?
Yes.
Mrs. Snyder?
Yes. Is there a motion to approve?
Moved.
Moved by Mr. Mano and second by Mr. Belstraya. This resolution awards the contract of the demolition of the Chelmsford Pool to Bauman Enterprises. Everyone has the letter of recommendation from the GPD Group. There were 5 companies who bid on the project, and Bauman came in at the lowest bid. The bid was both under the engineer's estimate and the budgeted amount for the project. Does anyone have any questions? Ms.
I do.
Talbin?
I'd just like clarification about how is the pool being handled? Is it just having dirt put in it, or is anything being removed? I couldn't see anything, any details, so I'm just curious.
Mr. Brunello or Nick, what either one? Vin?
The plan is to demolish the pool structure and haul it off-site, and then backfill it.
Okay. The entire structure? Okay, thank you.
Any further, Mr. Minor?
So it's not necessarily a question about the demolition, it's more so a question about the sewage or, our sewer lines, the infrastructure that is under the pool and around it. Are we going to evaluate that during the demolition process? Is there any need to?
The plans call for salvaging the existing storm sewer. We were not going to put cameras in there at the time, but the plan does call for taking care of existing drainage structures for potential future use.
Okay.
Do you think that we should look into the sewer system over there, since you're opening up?
I mean, we could get cameras in there and check the condition. We're not aware of any drainage problems there right now, but we can always get the county to videotape it.
Okay. Anything further from council?
I got one more.
Mr.
just waiting.
Minor? Thank you.
Is this a part of the, what is it, quarter of the city, every 4-year review that the county does. Would that be included in it and part of a report?
That would be a special request. That quarterly stuff is usually the roadway, the infrastructure in the roadway. But if it's public, they can take care of it for us.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Feeney. All right, if there's no further questions, roll call on the motion to approve.
Mr. Medic?
Yes.
Mr. Minor?
Yes.
Mrs. Sabetta?
Yes.
Ms. Talbin?
Yes.
Mr. Belstrea?
Yes.
Mr. Mano?
Yes.
Mrs. Snyder?
Yes, this resolution has been approved. We will now move to Resolution 2025-35, Mr. Schmidlin.
2025-35, a resolution accepting a certain bid for salt and declaring an emergency. Morton Salt, Inc.
Is there a motion to suspend the rules?
So moved.
Moved by Mrs. Sabetta
Second.
and second by Mr. Minor.
No.
I don't have.
Nobody wants the motion.
Roll call on the motion to suspend.
Mr. Minor?
Yes.
Mrs. Sabetta?
Yes.
Ms. Talbin?
Yes.
Mr. Belstrea?
Yes.
Mr. Mano?
Yes.
Mr. Medic?
Yes.
Mrs. Snyder?
Yes. Is there a motion to approve?
Move.
Moved by Mr. Belstrea and second by Mr. Minor. This resolution awards the contract for salt for the 2025-26 season. Everyone should have received the memo from the Service Department. There were 3 companies that bid on this contract. Does anyone have any questions? Okay, roll call on the motion to approve.
Mrs. Sabetta?
Yes.
Ms. Talbin?
Yes.
Mr. Belstrea?
Yes.
Mr. Mano?
Yes.
Mr. Minor?
Yes.
Mr. Medic?
Yes.
Mrs. Snyder?
Yes. Resolution 2025-35 has been adopted. Resolution number 2025-36, Mr. Schmidlin.
2025-36, a resolution awarding a contract to Weatherproofing Technologies, Inc. to install the new roof on City Hall in accordance with the bid specifications and declaring an emergency.
Is there a motion to suspend the rules?
So moved.
Moved by Mrs. Sabato
Second.
and second by Mr. Medic. Roll call on the motion to suspend.
Ms. Talbin?
Yes.
Mr. Belstrea?
Yes.
Mr. Mano?
Yes.
Mr. Medic?
Yes.
Mr. Minor?
Yes.
Mrs. Sabetta?
Yes.
Mrs. Snyder?
Yes. Is there a motion to approve?
Moved.
Moved by Mr. Valstrea and second by Mr. Medic. This will award a contract for the replacement of the City Hall roof to Weatherproofing Technologies. The Service Department worked with Tremco to obtain proposals for the project. Mr. Brunello sent a memo to everyone. And at this time, do you have anything further, Mr. Brunello, you'd like to say? And does any member of council have any questions?
You do.
Mr. Balestrea?
Dana, is this strictly a capital project? Didn't we have other monies allocated to take from for the roof? I'm trying to remember back when.
So this is coming out of the issue 9 money for the roof, and we planned it. We had budgeted $250,000 for it for this year.
Okay, so we're good.
Yes.
All right, thank you.
Anything further from council? Roll call on the motion to approve.
Mr. Belstrea?
Yes.
Mr. Mano?
Yes.
Mr. Medic?
Yes.
Mr. Minor?
Yes.
Mrs. Sabetta?
Yes.
Ms. Talbin?
Yes.
Mrs. Snyder?
Yes, this has now been approved. Moving to resolution number 2025-37, Mr. Schmidlin.
2025-37, a resolution authorizing the mayor to enter into an agreement with Glaus, Pyle, Schomer, Burns, and DeHaven, Inc. To provide professional engineering services for the Marnell area sewer improvements in the city and declaring an emergency.
Is there a motion to suspend the rules? Moved by Mr. Mano
Second.
and second by Mr. Balestrea. Roll call on the motion to suspend.
Mr. Mano?
Yes.
Mr. Medic?
Yes.
Mr. Minor?
Yes.
Mrs. Sabetta?
Yes.
Ms. Talbin?
Yes.
Mr. Belstrea?
Yes.
Mrs. Snyder?
Yes. Is there a motion? Oh, we're going to, put this on. Or not. This resolution will amend the contract with the GPD Group and approves engineering services for the construction portion of the Marnell Area Sewer Project. The proposal from GPD was attached to the legislation. And does any member of council have any questions? Okay. Roll call on the motion to approve. Oh, roll call on the motion to approve.
You didn't do.
Oh, I didn't do, I'm
Ask for
sorry.
a motion.
I got you, okay, because it wasn't in my notes. That's okay, don't worry about it. Roll call on the motion to,
Do I have a motion?
do I have a motion? Oh, my God. Do I have a motion to approve?
Move.
Moved by Mr. Minor,
Second.
second by Mrs. Sabetta. Now discussion. Any discussion? All right, roll call on the motion to approve.
Mr. Medic,
Yes.
Mr. Minor,
Yes.
Mrs. Sabetta,
Yes.
Ms. Talbin,
Yes.
Mr. Belstrea,
Yes.
Mr. Mano,
Yes.
Mrs. Snyder.
Yes. Now this resolution has been approved. Sorry about that. Resolution number 2025-38, Mr. Schmidlin.
2025-38, a resolution authorizing the mayor to enter into an agreement with GPD Group to provide professional engineering services for the 2025 tennis court improvements in the city and declaring an emergency.
Is there a motion to suspend the rules?
So moved.
Moved by Mrs. Talbin and second by Mrs. Sabetta. Roll call on the motion to suspend.
Mr. Minor,
Yes.
Mrs. Sabetta,
Yes.
Ms. Talbin,
Yes.
Mr. Belstrea,
Yes.
Mr. Mano,
Yes.
Mr. Medic,
Yes.
Mrs. Snyder.
Yes. Is there a motion to approve?
Move.
Moved by Mr. Balestrea and second by Mr. Minor. This resolution amends the contract with the GPD Group and approves the engineering services for the construction portion of the tennis court. The proposal from the GPD was attached to the legislation. And does any member have any comments or questions? All right, roll call on the motion to approve.
Mrs. Sabetta,
Yes.
Ms. Talbin,
Yes.
Mr. Belstrea,
Yes.
Mr. Mano,
Yes.
Mr. Medic,
Yes.
Mr. Minor,
Yes.
Mrs. Snyder.
Yes. Resolution 2025-38 has been adopted. Moving to Resolution 2025-39, Mr. Schmidlin.
2025-39, a resolution authorizing the mayor to enter into an agreement with GPD Group to provide professional engineering services for the Washington Boulevard sewer improvements design in the city and declaring an emergency.
Is there a motion to suspend the rules?
Moved.
Moved by Mrs. Sabetta
Second.
and second by Mr. Balestrea. Roll call on the motion to suspend.
Ms. Talbin,
Yes.
Mr. Belstrea,
Yes.
Mr. Mano,
Yes.
Mr. Medic,
Yes.
Mr. Minor,
Yes.
Mrs. Sabetta,
Yes.
Mrs. Snyder.
Yes. Is there a motion to approve?
Move.
Moved by Mr. Balestrea
Second.
and second by Mr. Minor. This resolution will amend the contract with the GPD Group, improves their engineering services required to begin the design work on the Washington Boulevard Sewer Improvement Project. The proposal from GPD was attached to tonight's legislation. At this time, does any member of council have any comments or questions?
Madam Chair,
Mr. Balestrea?
just a question for Mr. Feeney, I guess. Nick, when do you anticipate this whole engineering feat will take place as far as from your point of view, from you guys? I'm just wondering if it's going to be completed all during this year, so we'd be ready to go.
Yeah, I'm glad you asked that question because in my written proposal,
Yeah.
on page 7 on my timeline, I've got bid documents delivered in May of 2026, but that's not correct. Because of we applied for MCIP money. The results of that application, whether we get funded or not, are expected in August of this year. And if we do get that money, the terms of that are going to require us to complete the engineering design before the end of this year. So we will have to have the design completed by December 31st of 2025.
Okay, that was my follow-up, so. I was going to ask you about that. Thank you.
Any further questions for Mr. Feeney? Okay, thank you. Roll call on the motion to approve.
Mr. Belstrea?
Yes.
Mr. Mano?
Yes.
Mr. Medic?
No.
Mr. Minor?
Yes.
Mrs. Sabetta?
Yes.
Ms. Taubin?
Yes.
Mrs. Snyder?
Yes. This resolution has been approved. We will now move to ordinances, beginning with ordinance 2025-25. Mr. Schmidlin.
Ordinance 2025-25, an ordinance enacting Section 1195.09 of the codified ordinances of the City of Mayfield Heights titled Retail Tobacco and Vapor Stores, second reading.
Per the recommendation of the law director, this has been placed on second reading. Ordinance number 2025-26, Mr. Schmidlin.
2025-26, an ordinance amending the original appropriations ordinance 2024-25 for current expenses and other expenditures of the City of Mayfield Heights, State of Ohio during the fiscal year ending December 31st, 2025, as previously amended by ordinances 2025-03, 2025-14, and 2025-22, specifically to supplemental appropriations of funds in various accounts and declaring an emergency.
Is there a motion to suspend the rules?
So moved.
Moved by Mrs. Sabetta and second by Mr. Mano. Roll call on the motion to suspend.
Ms. Taubin?
Yes.
Mr. Belstrea?
Yes.
Mr. Mano?
Yes.
Mr. Medic?
Yes.
Mr. Minor?
Yes.
Mrs. Sabetta?
Yes.
Mrs. Snyder?
Yes. Is there a motion to approve?
Move.
Moved by Mr. Medic, second by Mr. Belstrea. This ordinance will amend the appropriations for the fiscal year 2025. Per the legend provided by Mrs. Scully, the adjustment relates to the police department for the purchase of the additional vehicle from a lease buyout and for the grant approved earlier tonight with the electrical work. Does anyone have any questions? Right. Roll call on the motion to approve.
Mr. Belstrea?
Yes.
Mr. Mano?
Yes.
Mr. Medic?
Yes.
Mr. Minor?
Yes.
Mrs. Sabetta?
Yes.
Ms. Taubin?
Yes.
Mrs. Snyder?
Yes. This ordinance has been adopted. We will now move to motions, beginning with motion A.
Motion A motion to approve the site plan for a gazebo and sign for Gates Mills Villa, 6755 Mayfield Road.
Is there a motion to approve?
Moved.
Moved by Mrs. Savetta
Second.
and second by Ms. Talbot. Everyone should have received the minutes from the Planning Commission. Mr. Balster, is there anything you would like to add?
No, it was a unanimous decision by the Planning Commission. It's a freestanding gazebo for the site. If everybody's familiar with the site, it's out where they usually have the gardens that are allowed for the residents in that area. There was only one concern, and that was the security of it, and they said they were going to add some lighting to it. So we didn't see any reason not to approve it. So
Okay. Anything further from council? Questions? Okay, roll call on the motion to approve.
Ms. Taubin?
Yes.
Mr. Belstrea?
yes.
Mr. Mano?
Yes.
Mr. Medic?
Yes.
Mr. Minor?
Yes.
Mrs. Sabetta?
Yes.
Mrs. Snyder?
Yes. This motion has been adopted. At this time, I need a motion to add motion B to the agenda for council to recess the months of July and August.
So moved.
Moved by Mrs. Sabetta,
Second.
second by Mr. Valestria.
Didn't want to recess?
Motion B,
Pondering.
Mr. Schmidlin.
Motion B, a motion to add to the agenda for council to recess for the months of July and August.
Is there a motion to approve?
Moved.
Moved by Mr. Medic,
Second.
second by Mrs. Sabetta. I don't need to discuss that. Any questions from council?
Am I allowed a second?
No. Mr. Mano?
Are we going to have two reserved dates for July and August for a special meeting if it's needed?
We haven't talked about a date.
But
We haven't talked about
We
the
haven't
dates.
talked about a specific date,
Okay.
but we will, we'll let council know in advance so you can make plans, okay? Roll call on the motion to approve.
Mr. Bellistrea,
Yes.
Mr. Mano,
Yes.
Mr. Medic,
Yes.
Mr. Minor,
Yes.
Mrs. Sabetta,
Yes.
Ms. Talbot,
Yes.
Mrs. Snyder.
Yes, motion B has now been approved. Is there any new business or comments from council? Mrs. Sabetta?
Thank you, Madam President. I just wanted to make a note concerning the retail tobacco and vapor stores. Several cities are putting moratoriums on these types of shops. I did email council the latest article on one of them. So I'm glad that the Planning Commission is looking into the correct wording and verbiage and safety in amending ours. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. We'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Moved by Mrs. Sabetta and second by Mr. Minor. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Good night, everyone. We are now adjourned. Oh, yeah. I doubt anybody would be.
Approved.
Sorry about that.
No, you okay?
Yeah. I was,
So I'll look into it. I'm not too sure.